Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'll ask you questions to try to get the ball rolling. Because I'm not mic'd, you'll want to answer in a full sentence.
Gotcha. Is what I did last year. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Same drill.
Same drill.
Better person to talk to.
If we use the first thing we'll have you say and spell your name, your title, and the company that you work for.
Suzanne Herman. Spell SUZANNEHERMAN.
Your title?
Director of External Affairs. UNC Healthcare, and healthcare is 2 words.
Okay, and then you'll look this way when
okay.
you answer, and I'm on good.
Okay.
Just ignore me.
All right, good. So
Good.
We're talking about AIM, we're talking about this event.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If you could summarize the event in one word, what is the word you'd use to characterize AIM?
Invigorating. I think that the AIM conference is really invigorating. I've been coming for many years after we've had a 20-year partnership with Physicians Practice, and I believe AIM, this is the 15th year for AIM, and I've probably come to at least 2/3 of the conferences, and it always exceeds my expectations. I just feel that other institutions are sharing the same issues that we are at UNC Healthcare, and I feel like there are just tangible solutions that are brought forth, and it's really, I always go back just really invigorated.
Great. So a big part of that invigoration is the networking. Talk to me a little bit about maybe some examples of conversations you've had with other people or individuals you've met that have become friends or good colleagues to have.
Networking really seems to be a big part of it, and the way that the conference is designed, there's always an opportunity, with meals and with, the socializing panels, those kinds of things to network. It's great because it's a small group, so it's easy to pretty much have some kind of contact with everybody at the conference, during the 2 to 3 days of the conference. And I've really I've created or been able to establish great relationships and have contacted people outside of the conference to share ideas or ask questions or issues for solutions. It's interesting for me to see there's a lot of academic medical centers that come and some community hospital representation, so it's great to see both challenges for both areas. And then I think also with healthcare changing so rapidly, it's really helpful to have the content and also to network about how we're tackling the changing environment.
Great. So there's other conferences that play in the same space, that get some of the same audience. There's AAPL and
Right.
SHUSHMED
Yeah.
like that. So what makes AIM different for you than some of those other events?
I think the size of the conference and the sort of limited number of attendees, I think we feel very well taken care of when we're here. There's not the worries of where you're going to have dinner or where you're going to do, because all of that is hosted so nicely, and really providing the venue so that great networking can take place over dinner or any other types of networking receptions or those kinds of things.
And is there anything else about coming to the event that you would want to talk about that we haven't?
I think the balance, there's a great balance in the content presented between experts out in the field who aren't necessarily clients of Physicians Practice, but then also hearing the stories from clients. There's just a really nice mix of the two. So I think that we can see what the experts are seeing or consulting on or visualizing, or and then being able to see how folks are really able to on the ground implement.
Let me ask you one question
Yes.
about Physicians Practice more broadly, and
Yeah.
then you get to go. So more broadly, can you address some of the ways you've seen Physicians Practice evolve? It's 20 years, it's a long
Right, yeah.
time. So could you tell a story or give some examples of some of the changes you've seen, whether it's in the people or the products or the measurements?
Yeah, it's physicians practice has always been a great tool for us at UNC Healthcare. It's been a great tool in cementing relationships with referring physicians. I mean, we have a very large distribution statewide, but that mirrors what our footprint is for our referring physicians. Is we're a tertiary care hospital for the state. It's also really been a great tool for our internal physicians, because they feel like this is really very targeted to their referring physicians. They really like being featured, and when they come and they have a vision of wanting a fill in the blank, a billboard or a commercial or whatever, being able to use our pages inside physicians' practice as sort of their billboard, but very targeted, really has gone a long way, and I think they're very satisfied. We always ask for reprints to be sent, or wherever, including to their mothers, and it's been a great tool. The other thing that's really grown in our use of it is really having it as a tool for the physician liaisons, because even though most of our physicians are receiving it, for them to be able to have it in hand when they're talking to a physician. And I had an example just about a week ago. One of our physician liaisons he said, Suzanne, the content was just so relevant this month, because we took out Dr. Bedens, who's our new chair of ophthalmology, and he was the feature cover. So having him there, and then with this what seems like editorial about him, was just really compelling to the referring physician. So.
Great.
Does that help?